I'm very excited now to announce an expanded suite of commerce solutions that will help bolster your three-legged stool. Very excited. Oh, thank you. Yeah, for the marketing team on that one. So we're very excited to announce these 5 groundbreaking commerce solutions releasing in limited beta. So really designed to keep your e-commerce three-legged stool standing steady, balancing that advertising, the content, the operations in perfect harmony. So with me today is Julia from our product team, who will walk us through each solution in a little bit more detail. Julia. All right. Amazing to have you here, Julia.
Thanks, Nick. I'm excited to break this all down without breaking the three-legged stool, of course.
Yes, let's not do that. So, okay, let's start with strategic digital shelf. So how does this expansion from Skai kind of empower brands to outpace the competition?
Right, so with strategic digital shelf, it's going to give you that granular insight across every facet of your online shelf. So first, you see availability metrics. When a competitor goes out of stock, you get an alert so you can capture that traffic. Next, buy box win rates are broken down by SKU and marketplace, so you know exactly where you're losing or gaining share. Beyond availability and buy box, we track search rank and share of voice on your top keywords. So imagine seeing that your product slides from position 1 to position 3 on Amazon search. Our system helps you identify whether it's driven by a price change, a competitor's promotion, or a lagging content score. And finally, this is super strategic here, Mr. Strategy Officer Nick. You get category sales and share estimates. That means you can correlate your ad spend not just with clicks, but relative to true market opportunity and your competitive share. So you're optimizing around SKUs and tactics that drive the most incremental revenue.
So it certainly is extremely important during this age of incrementality that we're all operating in, that we need to kind of understand the total opportunity and the movement within that. It's not helpful just to have an amazing ROAS if your competitor might be eating your lunch. So,
true.
Let's take a look at the second in the suite here, retail insights. So how are retail insights in the connection into the advertising supporting the bottom line here? How does this work?
Yeah, so with retail insights, we're merging that sales data with media performance so that you have that single pane of glass for a true ROI analysis. You pull in that first-party sales data, such as your own D2C, alongside organic marketplace data, so you're not just guessing at cannibalization or lift, but instead you're actually seeing it. And on top of that, we integrate subscribe and save trends, repeat purchase rates, lifetime value metrics. So for example, with subscribe and save promotion, it spikes initial orders maybe, but depresses repeat purchase rates. You'll catch that early, so you can adjust your strategy right then and there. All this feeds into a dynamic dashboard where you can pivot by retailer, geography, or product line, and that flexibility is crucial. So when consumer behavior shifts overnight for like a flash sale or a disruption in supply chain, you'll need to reallocate budget and inventory quickly. And certainly it's key for agencies to have that full picture of a client's operation to truly contextualize and align media efforts. So even if they're not managing anything outside of media, they can still have that context.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly extremely important in the three-legged stool context to understand all of those drivers and KPIs that will ensure the steadiness of the entire business, or the stool in this case. So let's go on to content optimization. We heard a little bit from Spencer on this front, but how does AI-driven content optimization power up listings?
Yeah, so the content optimization solution here begins with an AI-powered audit, and that's going to benchmark your listings against the top performers in each category. And it highlights missing bullet points, inadequate keyword coverage, poor image compliance, all mapped back to conversion impact scores. And then further, that Gen AI engine optimizes titles, bullets, back-end search terms tailored to the retailer's algorithm. So you choose which recommendations to push live. The system handles those details of formatting, upload, and compliance checks. Then it monitors the performance for you as well. So if a keyword's click-through rate or conversions dip, you get a prompt to refresh that specific section. One client saw a 20% lift in organic traffic within just 4 weeks simply by closing a few content gaps. And because you have stronger content, it reduces your ACoS, of course, and free up ad budgets to test those new audiences.
I mean, as we heard earlier, we are seeing massive shifts in how search engines' generative capabilities are becoming central to the discovery experience. And it's certainly clear that unpacking these algorithms will be key to nailing that strategy, and the total customer opportunity. For the fourth section here, I want to talk a little bit more about retail operations. We heard a little bit from Elizabeth on this front, but operations on marketplaces like Amazon can be a black hole of complex manual tasks and issues that are really of existential importance to performance and to the business. So how can retail operations be improved to solve for that complexity?
Yeah, so retail operations here is going to be using smart workflows driven by AI once again to detect catalog anomalies. So missing titles, mismatched UPCs, out-of-sync pricing. And when an issue appears, the system auto-generates a case in your existing vendor ticketing tool for you with suggested corrections. And then you can customize those escalation rules as well. So for high-impact SKUs, maybe you want to push those directly to your senior ops manager versus a low-impact drift. You can batch those in a weekly review. And because it's integrated via APIs, change propagate back to your portal, ensuring sites' contents truly match your intent. Teams report a 70% reduction in manual checks and a 5-time faster issue rate. So when you spend less time firefighting and more on strategic initiatives.
So, I mean, definitely want to free up your best minds to do more strategic things for the business, to focus on growth and not triage. You got to try to keep those costs down. These operational challenges can be very costly and a heavy tax on the business. So leveraging AI and automation for those rote tasks becomes very important to keeping things profitable. Very cool. So the last, of the 5 here, it's a 5-legged stool in this case from a suite perspective. Tell us a little bit more about revenue recovery. I'm sure some folks know a little bit about it, but where are we going with it?
Yeah, so I'll round us out here with revenue recovery. And revenue recovery is going to scan every financial transaction across Amazon, Walmart, and soon other retailers like Target, Kroger, Home Depot, CVS, and more to identify chargebacks, invoice mismatches, and unauthorized deductions. So for each discrepancy, the platform quantifies the lost amount and automates claim submissions for vendor negotiations. And then simultaneously, it's going to analyze at the SKU level performance and flagging items that underperform, suggesting whether to redirect that ad spend or refresh content. Recovered funds are tracked in a growth fund dashboard showing exactly how much you've reclaimed and where you can reinvest. One enterprise CPG brand recovered $3.2 million in just 6 months and used that to ramp up media tests in emerging marketplaces, driving another 15% lift in incremental revenue.
I mean, in today's lean environment, recovering stranded revenue is as strategic as winning new sales in many cases. So this is an amazing bluebird budget that brands can leverage to invest in media or other solutions to help them drive growth. So there you have it, the 5 Skai commerce solutions that shore up advertising, content, and operations. And Julia, thank you for the deep dive.
Thanks, Nick.
So earlier today, we introduced Celeste, Skai's generative AI solution, and our vision for the future of performance marketing. And just now, we walked through how Skai is expanding its suite of commerce solutions to help brands really strengthen the core pillars of advertising, content, and operations. But what if we could bring those 2 worlds together? Imagine combining the depth of data from commerce and the power of Celeste. And what if you could just simply ask, how's my brand's share of the category shifted, and what are the tactics and key drivers of those shifts? Or based on the content optimization we invested in for Walmart, are there any correlating trends I should be aware of across my KPIs? These are the kinds of natural language insights that are coming, and very soon. So When they do, you'll be able to connect your commerce strategy with your media investments in ways we've really never seen before. And that's where we're heading. And as Michelle and her team who so aptly branded this event, it's most certainly your future today. So thank you guys very much for having me on stage for this bit.